Kelly, you did the story yesterday about DeSantis, right?
Yes.
Signing into law. What was the thing?
Well, he signed into law. It won't go into effect until 2025. But if you are younger than 14, you cannot have a social media account. It's banned for kids under 14. If you're 14 or 15, you have to have parental permission.
And how do you get that? I mean, how do they verify that?
I think there is a way, or they'll figure out a way to do it, that you have to show ID. You have to have some sort of legitimate way to show that you are giving your kid permission to use
And you said
media.
that can't the whatever the social media site is, they can be fined, what was it, like $10,000 if the kid gets on
something.
without...
Yeah.
I'm curious how you verify that, though. Because if you log on to the hub, must be 18 or older, review this video, click. No big deal.
But they're changing that. Certain states have changed that.
Right.
And that's what I'm wondering about with this. And I thought I mentioned it yesterday because if the social media can't figure out a way to guarantee verification, then what do they do to avoid, having to pay these huge fines? The only thing they can do is block access to their social media in Florida. And that's what Pornhub is doing in the states that are demanding age verification. They're like, we can't not possibly control that and guarantee it, so we're not offering Pornhub in your state if you're one of those states. And I'm just wondering, so does like Facebook go, well, you're going to do this, so we're, Louisiana, you say this, or Florida says this, we can't let you access Facebook in Florida anymore.
So it's 14. What is it? Under 14, you can't have one at all. Over 14, you have to have parental... Between
14 and
15. 14 and 15, you have to have parental consent.
Yeah.
I'm 1,000% for this.
Well, if they can do it. I mean, I'm sure they can come up with a way. I mean, that's why they get a year, right, to implement whatever they're going to do.
Right.
I'm for this for a couple of different reasons. One being... your kids should have no need to connect with anyone outside of their classroom and the people sitting next to them or the people within your house or family. There's zero reason why you need to get your kids under the age of whatever started on social media at an early age. Let them be kids.
It is so addictive. It really is.
It truly is.
There's a lot of things that are, but
Not only that, the bullying is really wild.
That was my next point. Now and then, you can't escape bullying. If you were getting bullied at school, you could go home and there was some reprieve in a lot of cases. However, now, with social media, it goes on and on and on and on. And if your kids aren't sharing that with you, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, the problem comes into when you go to actually verify your age or whatever, there's a lot of, I think, personal information you'd have to hand over to Facebook or Instagram or TikTok or whatever that would raise some concerns, I would think, especially if it's a child age 14, 15. I don't know. 16, provide some, I don't know.
Matt just texted in. He said, I just bought a piece to a weed smoking device a couple weeks ago. They made me send in a picture with me holding my ID next to my face.
Yeah. See, that's what I think you need to do. You need a serious form of verification where you have your ID, your state-issued ID with that number that they can enter and scan. Because I had to do that for a job, for something else, because I was going through something with our HR, and they made me, like, I need a picture. I need to turn on your webcam and have a picture of you holding your license. So that you need a real verification, not just plugging in some numbers and checking a box.
Yeah. Charlene said, I'm on a website that made me verify who I am by taking a picture with my ID in my hand and a sign that says I am who I say I am and why I want to be on the website.
Well, and I think it's a good thing because, Rick, you mentioned the addiction, and it's a real thing. Kids cannot put their damn phones down. So I think if you're postponing that process by a few years, I think it's good.
A new Gallup poll has found the average teenager spends 4.8 hours per day. 4.8 hours per day on social media. And for 13-year-olds, it was just it's still 4.1 hours. A 13-year-old. And I know you always talk about the Gen Z girl in your house. You said she can't even go to the refrigerator without looking at her phone.
Correct.
Same.
So
you? Kelly? Serious?
I always have my phone in my hand. I don't know a single human who doesn't always have their phone in their hand.
You're lucky you don't have
it.
You're lucky you don't have to verify. You're good.
I'm good.
I'm interested to see what Blitz Nation thinks about this. I think it's because I think it would be better for kids because for whatever reason, it seems like in the last 15 or 20 years, and again, I don't know because I'm barely a parent, and not even one, but I think we have forced kids to grow up way too soon. And a lot of that has to do with the fact that they have access to way more stuff than they do now. I mean, once upon a time, if you wanted to watch The Hub, you had to wait for your parents to leave to do that. Now, you got it right there on your phone. You know what I mean? Like, you've given them more ways to get stuff and, essentially grow up the wrong way faster. Just my worthless opinion. Take it for what it's worth. I'm a hole of the R's.
What do you guys think is the most popular social media app?
TikTok?
Nope.
Facebook, probably.
Two.
Facebook.
Nope.
Instagram?
No. TikTok's second. Instagram's third. Facebook is fourth. YouTube.
Oh, okay.
YouTube is the most popular app.
Do we consider YouTube social media?
Yeah. I mean, look at everything that gets posted. People post videos on there just like they do on TikTok.
I don't think of that as social media. I just think of that as a dumping ground. You know what I mean? Like social media, I don't connect with anybody on YouTube.
Oh, that's the best part of any YouTube video is the comments.
Yeah.
'Cause you got to weed through first,
Right.
and then gay, you're gay, like all those from the 13-year-olds.
So apparently a lot of people must have went camping on YouTube and herded sheep for a while.
This is funny. Pennsylvania Senator John Fetterman said he was driving home and his daughter started texting him saying, "Please don't destroy TikTok. I'm going to get bullied if you do." So you're getting bullied on social media, but if your dad has anything to do with losing access to social media, you're going to get bullied for that.
Oh,
too.
yeah. Give me her details. I'll bully her if they shut down TikTok.
Listen, you little girl. You better tell your dad what's up.
Nancy Mace of South Carolina said every night at dinner her children are lobbying to her not to ban TikTok. I'm like, man, this is crazy. So these our lawmakers are dealing with their kids now, their backlash because of their addiction to TikTok. I don't know. What do you do?
Well, I mean, it's simple. Don't let your kids have a social media account until they're 14.
Well, unfortunately, there's a lot of parents that are a little absent from their kids' lives, and
Well, because now for those type of parents, you're essentially taking away their babysitter.
That's the way I felt about
I mean,
it.
you can still get on YouTube. They're not preventing you from that, are they? Or do you have to verify your age?
Well, I mean, there is adult content on YouTube that I have to be logged in to see. I have to be logged in.
Yeah, I mean, YouTube does still, hey, this content is questionable.
Right. It's not sex, but it's just adult.
No, it could be violent
adult,
or
mature content. I've actually never seen sex on YouTube before.
I'm sure
porn.
it's there.
I don't think so. I don't think they allow porn on there.
No, they don't. Not full blown porn,
No.
but I mean,
You got to go to Twitter for that.
no. But on YouTube, you can pull up. Hey, I want to see the sex scene from whatever movie, and it'll pop up.
We have gotten so many texts. I'm going to read this one from Terry Lynn. She said, my friend's 11-year-old daughter was on her phone on what she thought was YouTube Kids. The next thing you know, she's on some type of social media website, and a supposedly 11-year-old boy was asking her to take a picture of her chest and send it to him. Kids have no business being online unless it is at school or doing school homework at home with parental supervision.
Aaron in Westerville said, I'm 42, have never had social media. I have a 9-year-old, a 14-year-old, and a 16-year-old, all who have accounts, and all think it's weird that I don't have social media. I wish they would just drop it off the face of the earth.
Keith said, how about it's none of yours or anyone else's business, especially the government, what I allow my child to do. It's
all right.
100% government overreach.
We had a text like that yesterday, and I'm going to say this. Okay, I understand you raise your kids the way you want, but we also have R-rated movies that kids are not allowed to go into, and that's been that way for as long as I've been alive.
Illegal drinking age,
we have
illegal smoking
driving age. Yes, and that's what I said. By that logic, yeah, well, so, okay, your 8-year-old can drink, they can smoke, they can drive, they can have sex. I mean, that you got to have limits for kids. There has to be some sort of protection for young kids.
Mm-hmm, agreed.
We're all hypocrites because we all have social media, and when I say we all, I mean the three of us.
I hate it.
Because we have social media accounts. But I think if you take a look back at the world and what it's become since Facebook got out of college and went mainstream and social media has attacking, can you honestly sit there and say the world is a better place with it than it was without it?
No. I mean, okay, there's good things about it. You know, when it first came out, there were good things about it. I do like being able to communicate with my family all at once.
But look at what's happening with, you know, the cyberbullying instances that have come out now that weren't there before. Because, I beat the ish out of this girl. You know why? Because I went home and I got 300 clicks. Like, that is what we've created. And these aren't adults that are doing this. These are children that are doing this. Because if you don't get the attention that you get anywhere else, I don't need my family to give me attention. I'll post a video and 1 million people will give me all the attention I need, whether it's for the right reasons or the wrong reasons. This is what we've created.
Yeah. And, you know, people say, well, you know, there were child predators. You know, there's always been there. We've always had to worry about them. But the problem now is a girl sitting in her bedroom can have another girl her age communicating with her in her own bedroom who's really a child predator, but she thinks it's another 13-year-old girl.
I don't know if I told you guys this story, and I'll make it as quick as I possibly can. I had a family therapist on one of the radio shows that I did because I wasn't a parent, so I brought in a family therapist. He took me to a police thing with a sexual predator, and the guy said straight up, you catch the ones that aren't good. The good ones like me, you don't catch. And this guy sat down on his laptop, logged into social media, talked to a girl. Within 15 minutes, he had Google mapped where her house was based on the conversations that they had.
Wow.
15 minutes. It was the damnedest thing I'd ever seen.
And once again, the latest survey, 37% of the content on social media is real. Only 37%.
Carla said she had an argument with her 5-year-old granddaughter over taking her tablet into the bathroom while watching cartoons. And there I'm going to agree with the little kid. You should be able to watch cartoons on the toilet. Come on. Now you're taking it too far.
The Morning Bliss.